Okay, we want to find the center, vertices, and foci of the given ellipse, and we're going to do this the way we did the last problem. We're going to break everything apart, factor it, complete the square, and then pull out the values for h and k, a, b, and c, and then figure out what we need to do. So I'm going to start by writing this as 4x squared minus 8x, and I'll leave a space, plus y squared 4y, and I'm going to add 8 to both sides, so that equals 8. I'm going to now factor the 4 out of the x terms, so 4 times x squared minus 2x plus y squared plus 4y. And I did that to set up for factoring by completing the square, which I'm now going to do. I need to add to what's inside the parentheses the quantity b over 2 squared. And in this case, it's going to be negative 2 over 2 quantity squared, which is negative 1 squared, or positive 1. So that's 4 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. Well, looking at that, I added 4 times 1 to this left side of the equation. I better add it to the right so that things balance. Okay. Looking at the y terms, this is our completing the square. B is 4, so I have to add 4 divided by 2 quantity squared, which is 2 squared, or 4. So this is going to be y squared plus 4y plus 4. And again, I added 4 to the left side. I have to add it to the right as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and factor these. This is going to be 4 times square root of 1 is 1, but it has to be negative to get the negative middle term there. So this is going to be x minus 1 squared plus, this is square root of 4 is 2. It has to be positive because the middle term is positive. So this is y plus 2 squared, and that's equal to 16. Okay, I'm now going to divide everything by 4 to get rid of this 4, and that's going to give me x minus 1 squared plus, and we'll put it over 1, y plus 2 squared over 4 equals 16 over 4 is 4. Okay, now for the equation of an ellipse, though, I want this to be equal to 1. So I'm going to divide through by 4 again, and that's going to give me x minus 1 squared divided by 4 plus y plus 2 squared divided by 16 equals 1. And from here, we could pull the equation of our ellipse. Um, because this number is larger, this is going to be our a value. And because the a value comes under the y term, we have an ellipse that is elongated on the vertical axis. Okay? So we can pull out our center. Our h value is x minus 1, so h has to be 1. Our k, y minus k, so k has to be negative 2. A, this 16 represents a squared. Okay, so a is therefore the square root of that, or 4. This represents b squared, so b has to be 2. Okay. And finally, we're going to need, to get the foci, we're going to need the c value. Okay, and to get the c value, I could use my formula. C equals the square root of a squared minus b squared, which in this case is going to be the square root of 16 minus 4, which is the square root of 12, or 2 times the square root of 3 if you want to simplify that. Okay. So we know that our center has coordinates hk, which are 1, negative 2. Our vertices, we need to figure out our major axis. Our major axis is determined by a. We go up a units and down a units. Okay, so that's changing the y value. So our vertices first one is going to be, it's going to be on that x value. I have to add 4 to that, so it's going to give me 1, 2. And I also need to subtract 4 from that, okay? So in other words, I'm starting at my center. If I go up 4, I'm going to be up here. That's going to give me one vertex. That's this one. And if I go down 4 units, subtract 4 from y, I'm going to get the other vertex. Okay, so the other one is going to be 1, negative 6. Okay, to get the foci, I need to, again, start at my center. And I'm going to go up to the focus, which is, and this distance is C. And I'm going to go down to the other focus. That distance is also C. Okay, so my center again is 1, negative 2. So I'm going to have focus at 1. Okay, and then I need to add and subtract the C value. So it's going to be negative 2 plus 2 square root of 3. And the other one is going to be 1, negative 2 minus 2 square root of 3.